Board for upskill growth of India, find your inner champion. In these sessions, you are the most welcome. My dear students, when we want to talk about the abroad studies or the students who are eager to go for the abroad studies, apply for the abroad studies in a different streams, different programs, first time he or she is totally unaware about the some technical terms which are used in the jargon of this abroad studies. Maybe these are the terms where we can't define in a number of ways also. These are the terms like SOP is there. When these sometimes we have to use the terms of the letter of recommendation is there. Sometimes we have to use the terms of the post-study work profile terms is there. These are the terms. Though counselor, those the academic professors, they are aware about, or we could say totally they know about each and its terms application, where it is used, what is the meaning of each and terms. But this is the video we're going to tell about the what is the importance of these terms and what it contains, what is the meaning of this term, and what extent we should be understand these terms. When we are new to the abroad study application, this video is must for those students who would like to know about the every aspect of the abroad studies also. Now, when we consider about the abroad studies, the first terms which we mentions here, this is known as the letter of recommendation. Now, letter of recommendations itself is mentions. Letter of recommendation is given by the students' peers, not a peers. Most times we feel my peers or my colleague will give the letter of recommendations, but letter of recommendation is given by the student's professor, student's mentor, maybe the head of department, maybe the principal, or if the students or the we could say who has good experience in the job, his employer give the letter of recommendations in which university he or she is applied for the university. Now, letter of recommendation, what is the meaning of letter of recommendations? Letter of recommendations is clear idea about the skills, about the parameters, about his achievements in the job programs where he did each and everything. Therefore, letter of recommendations is the letters, it is we could say the accreditations or the endorsements or the provided by these peoples to the universities or to the schools where students should be the apply, is give the clear cut pictures about the skills and ability the students has achieved in his academic purpose. Now, the second point is known as the statement of the purpose. Now, statement of the purpose, it is also known as the SOI. SOI stand for the statement of the intent also. Or the statement of the intent is also known as the research statements also. As name itself, research statements, what it gives, the research SOP, it is a kind of the essays. The students who apply for suppose post graduations in a computer, he has to mention about his academic background, what is his course in particular subject, why he want to go for the particular country, why he choose a particular program, what is his aspiration, her aspiration, and how this program is going to fulfill his or her aspiration. Therefore, it is clearly the essay form, and essay form gives the his intention, his overall the personality, why he want to be particular program in particular university, particular schools, and he has to define it in his own word. And it is clearly mentioned, it is not in a point form, but it is in the essay form, and there is a word limit. Again, this word limit is variable from the university to university, and I clearly mentioned the alternative terms for this is SOI. Therefore, this is a clearly SOP or SOI is gives the yours aspiration, how this aspiration or aligns with your goal. That one thing we have to understand. When we go for the third term, and third term is known as academic transcriptions. Suppose students completing his overall bachelor in pharmacy. Bachelor in pharmacy, The academic transcriptions is clearly the one statement is given by university. Suppose student is from the Pune University, a particular college or particular schools, and academic transcript is given by the Pune University. It clearly mentions his name, his course, his subject, grade he achieved in particular thing. Therefore, academic transcription we have to be understand in a way. This is the official academic record. That one thing we have to be the understand. This is official academic record is clearly mentions provided by the applicant school. In case of India, it is not by the school, but it is a university provide. This is a school, this is a university, and this is the name of students. It is his grades, total overall scores, what are his GPA or the CGPA, which are the core subject, which are the elective subject, and this is the list of the subjects studied, grade obtained. Therefore, it is an overall record of the students, but it has to be authorized by the university and it has to submitted the applied university by particular universities also, and definitely students has to pay the some amount of the fee, which is again variable from the university to university. These things we have to understand. Now next document or technical terms which is used by the abroad studies is known as apostille. Apostille, again, this is the, though it is a very I could say blur statement, but it clearly mentions the emblems of the government of India. Now there are the some convention, international convention. One of the international convention is known as a Hague Convention, and Hague Conventions give us the particular country has to endorse some document which will be the use in a foreign country as authentic document. Suppose you consider the birth date or birth certificate. Birth certificate, definitely it has to be approved by the Ministry of the External Affairs Minister. In the same way, which are the document we could be say which is used for the apostille purposes. Therefore, endorsement, or we could say the certifications, this gives the authenticity for the documents, like the marriage certificate, or we could say the birth certificate, or the academic transcript, or the degree certificate, and this is the certificate which is endorsed by or validate the authenticity of the document. Therefore, apostille, though this is a very technical term, we have to understand the document which we have. Maybe it is a degree certificate, maybe the academic transcript, or maybe the document which is related with the birth certificate, document which is marriage certificate. It has to be authorized by the particular government agency. In case of the India, just I mentioned, birth certificate must be authorized or must be validated by the Ministry of the External Affairs also. Next document which plays very important terms, and this terms is known as the IELTS exam. IELTS exam. If English is not the first language, in case of the India, English is not our first language. We have our regional language. Then the most of the United States, and American, European University, Australian, New Zealand, they expect your language proficiency test. In language proficiency test, we have the three tests. One is known as IELTS. Second is known as TOEFL examination, and third examination is known as the PTE examination. Again, IELTS, that is the International English Language Testing System. This is the language, it is the core, we could say, again, it has the own grading system. When we consider IELTS, it consider the students, the reading, then his writing, then his listening, and then his the speaking ability, and in the band of the 0 to 9. And the students who got the 6.5 band is always considered as a well scores also. When we consider about the TOEFL exam, TOEFL, the test of English as a foreign languages, again it has the 4 sections, but each section is going to carry the 0 to 30 marks. And the 4th section, therefore, total score is 120. See, and TOEFL is most expected by the American university or the American schools also. When we consider the PTA exams, PTA is the Pearson test of the English. Again, each university, even Duolingo exam, universities, this is the English language proficiency test. Each has their grading system differently, but we should be understand the which exam. When we consider the European country, Australia, New Zealand, or the UK, this university or this course mostly depended on the your IELTS exam score, and they believe your IELTS scores must be more than the near about the 6.5. When PTA examinations, the scores is between the 10 to 90, and above the 76 is considered as the more important band. Therefore, we should be aware about when we applied our language is we are not native English countries people. Therefore, we need to have apply for this examination. The students how they score, definitely chances of the scholarship, chances of the fellowship is very high. This thing we have to understand. Now, the next document or next terms which are used in applied studies, the GMAT, then we have the GRE, SAT, ACT. These terms are used. Again, these are the exam. This is internationally conducted, and their scores is validated to get the admission in particular scores also. When we consider the GRE, that is graduate record examination, this is the exam as itself mentioned. You're going to check your verbal reasoning, you're going to check your English language, quantitative or logical thinking also. But all the graduation colleges in UK, they believe we need the GRE exam also. Now, next case, when we consider about the GMAT exam, this GMAT exam is for the graduate management admission test. Those students want to the MBA admissions or the business school admission, they need to have to use this GMAT examination, and the scores of GMAT examination which is expected within a band of the 200 to the 800. Again, as like the CAT examination in India, this examination we're going to check all the aspect of the student. Which aspect they will going to check? They will going to check your verbal aspect, the critical thinking, the logical thinking. Then even we have the quantitative aptitudes also. All these things we're going to check. And this GMAT, this is a new thing we have to understand. This is an adaptability test. Adaptability test means the answer which we give, depending upon it, will going to set the next questions also. Suppose you have given the answers which is very difficult. Again, you're going to have the such type of the question which is difficult in range. Suppose you're going to have the simple questions, very easy questions. When previous question you answer is incorrect, then you're going to have a simple question. This is adaptability test of the GMAT only for the students who are appearing. Definitely 300 plus scores is most essential scores in order to get the admission into the business school. When we consider about the SAT, it is a scholastic admission test also. Mostly undergraduate programs in America and in Canada and other countries, mostly we could say the United States of America, they believe the SAT. In case of the SAT examinations, mostly the math and the English will be the criteria to judge the eligibility of the SAT. Now, ACT is the same for the admission in undergraduate college also. But ACT has the predefined 4 section. Apart from the math and English, it will going to check or understand the reading is one more thing. Apart from that one, the science is the one section which is added in the ACT. That is of the reasons most of the students, those are aware not be compatible with the science, they prefer to go for the SAT examination. But the students should be aware about whether they have to prepare for the SAT exam. If they want to prepare for the SAT exam, they should be clear-cut idea. SAT and ACT, this is exam for the undergraduate program in United States of America and the Canada. That is the reasons we should be aware about some technical terms which are used in abroad studies criteria also. Now, next criteria, just you read this letter. I would like to produce this letter. This is a letter from the Northumbria University, Newcastle. This is a London University. And this letter is given to the Nanda Kumar. And this letter clearly mentioned this is a conditional offer letter for Master of Science Cybersecurity with the advanced practice. Now, my main attention is about the offer letters. And offer letter, which are the two types. One letter is a conditional offer letter, another letter is an unconditional offer letter. This is the one thing we have to understand. Now, conditional place, it is clearly mentions this is your enrollment rate program, when it is going to start that, when you will going to the end that, what should be your total course fees, the scholarship, and this is the fees for the first year, this is the fees for the second years, and the condition is mentioned before the taking the courses or the program, you have to pay the fee, and this is known as a conditional offer letter. Therefore, second technical terms which are mostly used, this is known as a offer letter. And I just mentioned there are two types of offer letter. As the name itself mentioned, conditional offer letters have some conditions. Either students from the non-native language, it clearly mentioned they have to give the English language proficiency test also, or second condition maybe they have to give the proof of the fundings also, or whatever conditions. Again, it is variable from university to university. And unconditional letter is clearly mentions you have made all the requirement and you are considered this is the offer letter from you. Therefore, this is known as the letter of the offer. Now, next conditions, as like a F1 visa. F1 visa, this is a technical term which is only used for the students who get the who get the student visa. Student visa in United States of America is known as a F1 visa. In order to apply F1 visa, student must have the I-20 form. I-20 form, I stand for the immigration's 20 rules or 20 form, and this is the I-20 forms. The students get this I-20 form. Suppose one particular university, just take the example of the LA University, student apply, he get the admissions in particular course and everything is okay with the students, then L University will share the I-20 form with the students. And I-20 form is clearly mentioned, the students applied on this date, his applications is considered for this particular program, he has paid the fee, and this is I-20 form. After taking the I-20 form, students has to visit the embassy, US embassy in India, which is scattered in number of the metro cities like the Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai is also. And then I-20 form, after the sharing or after the display or the showing the I-20 form, definitely immigration of the concerned authority, according to the condition, according to the interview during the visa process, he or she will going to apply or he will give the visa process to the students also. Therefore, I-20 form is issued by the US university where the students has apply and get the confirmation for the programs also in order to get the F1 visas also. In the same way, for the UK, this I-20 form is the university confirmation for the students. CAS. CAS is a confirmation. This is one term we have to understand. This is a confirmation of the acceptance for the students. Tier 4 student visa. Tier 4 student visa, or we could say this is a kind of the visa, the student visa. These terms are used in order to get the student's visa. If you get the admissions in the suppose Oxford University, Cambridge University, London School of Economics, then this universities gives the this CAS letter. CAS is clearly mentioned, confirmation of the acceptance, and this is only for the UK. This is the reference numbers which is issued by the particular UK university. Those students apply or those students eligible for the student visa. And in case of the student's visa in the UK, it is known as a tier 4 users also, and therefore is confirms those students who get the CAS letters from the UK university. This is the admissions for the particular course and particular university is confirmed. That one thing we have to understand. Now, next academic, most of the there are the in academic years start in the last week of the August or the first week of the September, but each academic years which has the 2 semester, or even the some countries which has the 3 semester or the 4th quarters also, or the quarters or the 4 terms also. But the 2 semester which is very well used, these terms are very well used in academic years in the abroad study concept, is known as the fall semesters and the we could say the spring semesters also. Now, the case of the fall semesters, or the most of the students apply for the admission in the fall semester, which is starting in the August and September also. In case of the spring semester, which is a second semesters or the second terms, and this second terms always start most of the students apply to the second semesters or the spring semester is comparatively less as compared with the September. And big reason most of the university offer the fellowship and scholarship, mostly students who are applying for the spring uptake, or we could say the September admission test also. Therefore, the one thing students understand, the fall semester, this is admissions usually starting in August and September. That one thing is very clear. In case of the spring semester, this admission is usually started in the month of the January, and each semester has the 15 weeks times also, where the spring semester has the maximum applications as compared with the fall semesters, or as compared with the spring semester, which is started in the month of the January also. Now, next terms which is used for the work visa. Name itself mentions, if you are the students of the particular country, particular university, then this university legalize allowed per week, averagely 20 hours per week, you are allowed to work on or off campus. And this is known as work visa, and this is the purpose behind your daily expenses or day-to-day expenses. You can work in libraries, you can work or assist your professor to paper checking or to teach the undergraduate students or so on. For particular work, 20 hours per week, you get some stipend kind of the facilities also. And this is a legalized things to work in foreign universities and foreign countries. This is the terms which are used as the work visas also. Next term is used as the PSW, and the PSW stand as the post-study works also. Now, post-study work, these terms we have to be used after completion of the MS. The particular country allows to work in your particular times also. Just you take the example of the United States of America, or in case of the UK, after completion of the MS, this country allowed legalized without application for the job visa or the work visa. If you get the job offers, you could work for the 2 years, or even the some country, Australia, they allowed even the PSW for the 3 years also. Therefore, it is a graduate visa also. You could work in particular countries, variable from the 1 years, 2 years, and the 3 years also, and this is known as a PSW visa. But in case of the USA, the term PSW is not used, but the one term is used, and this is known as the OPT. OPT terms is known as the operational practical trainings also. This is the terms nowadays which is very common instead of the PSW in the work visa. Hopefully, I believe you enjoyed this video. There are again number of terms. AV League is there, then the Russell Group terms are there, then the CGPA is there, GPA is there. Though I believe these are the 10 terms, 10 to 11 terms, very essential. At least someone asked about what is a SOP, LOR, work visa, difference between the PSW, which month the fall admissions comes, which month spring admissions come, and this is the sort of the technical terms. Those students apply or wish to apply for the abroad study, they must be aware about these terms. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much.